We're diving straight into the real story behind Travis Hunter, and believe me, this one cuts deep. Before the spotlight, before the Heisman talk, before the #2 overall draft pick had every sports network chanting his name, there was a young kid just trying to keep his head above water. Imagine being barely in middle school, your whole world flipped overnight, new city, new people, new rules, and everybody's already calling you the next big thing. That's not just pressure. That's a whole weight on a kid's back that most grown men couldn't handle. Travis came up out of West Palm Beach, Florida, before life pushed him to Georgia, trying to find some kind of peace while chaos kept knocking on his door. Those early days weren't about trophies or stats. They were about survival. He wasn't just catching footballs. He was catching his breath. Every move felt like a test. Every mistake a reminder that one wrong step could crush everything he was fighting for. People see the highlight reels and forget the heartbreak that came before it. That quiet pain doesn't trend online, but it builds you. From day one, Travis had that raw hunger, the kind you can't coach. He wasn't chasing likes or followers. He was chasing freedom, trying to find calm in the noise. Football wasn't just a sport to him, it was therapy. Every touchdown screamed, "You won't break me." And even when the crowd roared and the cameras flashed, that storm inside didn't fade. It just learned to stay quiet enough to blend in. Through high school and college, that quiet storm followed him everywhere. Invisible, but powerful. Coaches saw a once-in-a-generation athlete. His peers saw a natural-born star, but behind those bright smiles and big wins, you could feel something deeper. Maybe it was fear of slipping back into the struggle, fear of losing everything he'd built with his own two hands. See, trauma doesn't always come with tears. Sometimes it hides in the silence, and that silence, it became his armor. Now, when people look at Travis, calm, confident, smooth, they think that's just swagger, but nah, that's survival. That's what happens when life teaches you early that emotions can't win championships, but they can definitely lose one if you let them. So when we talk about Travis Hunter, we're not just talking touchdowns and trophies. We're talking about the man behind the helmet. The same kid who once struggled to find peace is now walking into a whole new chapter. Fame, money, and fatherhood all hitting at once while the world watches like it's a movie. But here's where it gets real. Is this baby announcement finally his peace, or just the calm before the next storm? Because sometimes silence protects you, and sometimes it's hiding a truth you ain't ready to face. Let's spin it back for a second. Before the fame and the trophies, Travis Hunter was just that kid at Collins Hill High in Suwanee, Georgia. But man, he was different. He wasn't just good, he was a problem on both sides of the ball. Receiver, lockdown corner, he did it all. We're talking thousands of receiving yards, wild highlight tapes, and enough tackles to make seasoned defenders take notes. He wasn't just the #1 recruit in Georgia. He was the name everybody whispered when they talked about the next big thing. Then he shocked the world. Instead of heading to a massive Division I powerhouse, he made the bold move to Jackson State University. Why? Because he wanted to rewrite the story his own way. He followed his mentor, Deion Primetime Sanders, and the two made magic together. Travis wasn't just playing offense or defense, he was out there doing both like it was nothing. That kind of dominance, unheard of. And then, boom, the transfer to the University of Colorado hit. That's when things really went historic. By 2024, he wasn't just playing the game, he was redefining it, winning the Heisman Trophy as both a wide receiver and a cornerback. That's something the college football world had never seen before. Most players can barely handle one position under that kind of spotlight, but Travis was out there juggling two, making it look effortless. The pressure was unreal, but he carried it the same way he always had, with that quiet storm brewing behind his calm face. But see, the deeper story isn't just about touchdowns or trophies, it's about the weight behind them. People see the success, but not the grind that came before it. They don't see the kid who had to pack up his life, switch schools, and start over from scratch. They don't see those late nights where he had to convince himself he belonged. That kind of change can mess with you. When he moved to Georgia in 8th grade, he had to learn fast. New friends, new teachers, new expectations. That's the moment when you look in the mirror and decide, I'm going to be the one. But when you say that, you also sign up for the pressure that comes with it. And that's what stuck with him. That fear of slipping up, of not living up to the hype. Every time Travis stepped onto that field, it wasn't just about football, it was about proving something to himself. Every play, every hit, every catch was a battle between talent and the voice in his head whispering, "Don't mess this up." That's why this baby announcement hits differently. For someone like Travis, who's always lived under pressure, fatherhood isn't just another chapter, it's another test. The question isn't whether he'll love his child, because that's a given. It's whether he can finally let go of that storm long enough to build peace for himself and his new family. Can he step into this next stage clean, or is he just walking into another arena where failure feels too expensive to risk? Fast forward to August 2025, and boom, Travis Hunter and his partner Leanna Lanie dropped a bombshell on YouTube with a video titled,
So Travis Hunter and his wife Leanna just revealed that they welcomed a baby boy just a few months after their May wedding. So with their announcement, there was a YouTube video that shows them finding out and her going through the labor process and giving birth to her baby boy, in which he says the baby looks just like him. Now, obviously, no one knew that she was pregnant. I know there were speculations because everyone thought they could see a baby bump in their wedding photos, but none of that was confirmed, and they kept it a secret this whole time, which is very impressive. And obviously, like, why does this matter? It's because they are kind of like a controversial couple. Obviously, there are a lot of people that think they shouldn't be together and call her a gold digger and all this other stuff just because there were a few videos that showed them like in little arguments or whatever. As far as I know, they are also extremely young. I think they're like 22 years old, and he just got drafted into the NFL in Jacksonville, I believe, and he was like one of the top picks. I think he was like 1 or 2 or something. Correct me if I'm wrong. And everyone said that he should leave her because she's clearly after his money, but you can only hope for the best and wish them the best, so congratulations to them.
Dear son, that's right. While everyone online was busy dissecting rumors about their relationship, gossiping about his rookie season, and flooding his comments with speculation, these two were quietly building a whole family behind the scenes. No leaks, no paparazzi tips, just a heartfelt video showing ultrasound clips, little home moments, Leanna's emotional reaction, and Travis holding their baby boy with this rare, unguarded look of pride. But the real shocker, no major press rollout, no dramatic social media announcement, just silence. And that silence said everything. The same star who used to dominate timelines now choosing privacy over publicity. That's not just maturity, that's strategy. But the question still hangs heavy. Was he doing it to protect his peace, or because that inner storm of his doesn't trust the spotlight anymore? That's the twist nobody saw coming. Because let's be real, the timing couldn't have been messier. While Travis and Leanna were trying to settle into the rhythm of diapers, late nights, and baby giggles, the internet was spinning in the opposite direction. Within days, screenshots, cropped clips, and fake inside sources started flying across the timeline. 1 minute, people were calling them the cutest new family. The next, they were claiming it was all for clout. Fans turned detective overnight, questioning why he suddenly went quiet, why Leanna wasn't posting, why the baby wasn't shown more. Then the theories got wild. Word spread that Travis had unfollowed everyone, even some teammates, supposedly to protect his peace. And if that wasn't enough, new reports hit that he'd hired full-time security, not for stadium protection, but for everyday life. Imagine that. A rookie, not even through his first NFL season yet, already moving like a veteran who's seen way too much. And then came that viral clip, the one where a fan asked for a photo and Travis politely said, "You never know people's intentions." That line hit people hard. It didn't sound cocky, it sounded cautious, like a man who's learned the hard way that fame doesn't always mean safety. Maybe he's protecting his son, maybe he's protecting his sanity, maybe he's doing both. Meanwhile, Leanna's silence became its own mystery. Fans picked apart every caption she posted. Peace over pressure. Not everything needs a crowd. Those weren't just words. They felt like warnings. Some saw a woman grounded and loyal. Others whispered that she was keeping her distance.
It's like you so caught up in being in love with this, bro. I don't even think this woman really loved you like that, bro. You gotta watch the signs, man. That woman said you wasn't even her type. If a woman tell me she not my type but end up with me, then what's keeping you here? What's keeping you here then? If I'm not your type, that means you going off looks. So what keeping you here? You gotta ask, but you young though, but you gotta ask yourself some questions.
Either way, it made people talk even more. Overnight, Travis's whole image shifted. The fun-loving college kid everyone knew turned into this calm, mysterious NFL star who barely speaks unless it's intentional. No more spontaneous lives, no more comment battles, no oversharing. It's like he hit reset on his entire persona. But here's the catch. The more he tried to control the story, the faster the internet spun its own version. And now, the silence that once protected him might just be the very thing fueling the fire around him. Let's keep it real. Fatherhood can either calm your chaos or ignite a whole new fire. And for Travis Hunter, it's both at once. This man's been chasing perfection since he was a teenager, and that kind of hunger doesn't just disappear because a baby shows up. If anything, it multiplies. Insiders close to him say fatherhood made him quieter, sharper, and more focused. But that same focus, it's a double-edged sword. Picture it, 3 a.m., the baby's crying, you're running on fumes. Practice starts at 6, interviews at 8, and the media's already comparing you to legends before you've even played a full season. That's not rest, that's pressure with a pacifier attached. Some teammates swear he's locked in like never before. Others whisper he's pulling away. But maybe that distance isn't coldness, maybe it's self-defense. Maybe the only way Travis knows how to survive is to isolate when the noise gets too loud. After all, being one of the first true two-way NFL players in decades already puts a mountain of history on your back, and adding fatherhood on top of that, that's not just a challenge, that's a full-on endurance test. And let's be honest, the spotlight never blinks. One misunderstood photo, one unfiltered quote, one shaky headline, and boom, social media's got a new narrative. So when Travis went quiet for weeks after the "Dear Son" video dropped, the internet went wild. Some said he was protecting his family, others claimed things were falling apart behind the scenes. But what if the truth is simpler and deeper? What if for the first time in his life he's trying to learn balance? Because fame doesn't equal peace. Not for someone who's been grinding nonstop since he was a kid. Travis is realizing that silence doesn't always mean hiding. Sometimes it's healing. When you spent years proving yourself to everyone else, sometimes the real win is stepping back and proving you can still breathe without the world's validation. Not every victory is meant to be broadcasted, and not every emotion belongs on the timeline. Sometimes the quietest moments are where survival starts. Now here's the truth everyone keeps fishing for. What is Travis really hiding? Maybe nothing scandalous at all. Maybe it's just pain. The kind of pain that never got processed because he was too busy turning trauma into trophies. That silent storm we talked about earlier, it never left. It just learned how to wear new masks. The deleted socials, the guarded interviews, the calm exterior, those aren't just habits, they're armor. Every celebrity eventually builds walls to protect their peace, but Travis built his early, like someone who's already seen what fame can do when it starts to chew through your soul. He might not be running from the spotlight, he's sprinting from the noise, from fake love, media manipulation, and that endless, exhausting game of image control. When you've grown up surrounded by chaos, trying to survive constant instability, control becomes comfort, and that's exactly what Travis is clinging to. He's not dodging the truth. He's dodging the circus that comes with it, because in a world where your mistakes trend faster than your milestones, sometimes the smartest move is to disappear before the crowd even realizes it. But here's where it gets deep. His silence, it's not weakness, it's strategy. The less Travis says, the louder the world talks. The less he posts, the more fans obsess over what he's thinking. That mystery, that distance, that calm energy, it's become part of his brand. Whether intentional or instinctive, Travis has tapped into something rare, the power of curiosity. That's not just athlete behavior, that's next level branding genius. Every time he vanishes, the internet goes wild trying to fill in the blanks. He's figured out how to turn mystery into momentum. Still, beneath all the headlines and speculation, there's something deeply human about how he's moving. You can feel it. The fame didn't fix him. The trophies didn't heal him. The spotlight never brought peace. Maybe being a dad will, maybe it won't. But for the first time, it feels like Travis isn't chasing perfection anymore. He's chasing peace. And that right there, that quiet shift from proving himself to protecting himself, is the plot twist nobody saw coming. So what's next for Travis Hunter? Will the storm finally calm down, or is it just taking a new form before it hits again? Because one thing's for sure, silence can scream louder than any interview ever could. And Travis, he's letting that silence tell his story. If you made it this far, drop your thoughts below. Do you think Travis is truly protecting his peace or hiding something deeper beneath the calm? Smash that like button if you felt the realness. Subscribe so you don't miss the next drop, and comment your take. Is Travis Hunter a mystery we'll ever fully figure out? See you in the next one.